Hi, everyone. I'm Carson Ryan with TrinDocs, and today our focus is going to be on the accounts payable process. We'll be exploring the move from traditional AP processing, very manual methods, to today's modern day AP processing methods. Joining to me today is my colleague, Jeremy Prichard. So without further ado, Jeremy, are you ready to jump into it?
Let's do it, Carson.
Alrighty. First things first, do you mind kind of just explaining the current state of traditional accounts payable processes? And just can you describe the traditional accounts payable processes in general for small to medium sized businesses?
Absolutely. And it's pretty easy to do that because it hasn't changed in probably 40 years. So, about 40 years ago, this thing called email came into existence. And also, about that time, this thing called Excel came into existence. And we all use both of them and love both of them. And for the accounts payable world, since that time, there's not been a ton of change for a lot of businesses. And so, small and medium sized businesses typically are using both of those to track and monitor invoice approvals. They're getting a lot of paper in the mail. They're having to look, at the purchase order as one piece of paper, at the packing slip as another piece of paper, at the invoice as another piece of paper, and manually key data from all three of those documents into their financial system. And then for an approval process, they're running down the hallway with an ink pad, or maybe they're emailing and emailing and emailing for approvals. And so there's a lot of confusion as to when things are approved and when things are not approved. So what ends up happening is things kind of fall through the cracks. Those early pay discounts that more efficient businesses are able to realize to help boost their bottom line profits. A lot of times, more traditional processes, they don't capitalize on those things. So they're very inefficient, very paper heavy, with not a lot of visibility into their cash flow, unfortunately.
So, are a lot of small to medium sized businesses happy with the way that their current state of their AP processes is going, or are many seeking just better ways to be able to improve that?
Well, everything is ROI driven. And so it depends on the size of the business. Maybe those processes are working just fine for the level of business that they are. But as businesses want to scale growth and as they want to operate more efficiently and really drive bottom line profits through efficiency, they're looking to move away from those traditional processes, looking to move into more modern solutions. And what they find when they do that is that as they grow, they're able to avoid hiring additional staff. They find that the staff in place is able to do more because they're working smarter and not just harder. They find that their traditional staff, instead of working, 65 or 70 hours a week trying to keep up and still unable to do so, well, now their traditional staff can work 40 to 45 hours a week and really improve their efficiency in the operation, improve their visibility into cash flow, improve their audit logs when it comes to approval tracking, and effectively they can do more with less. So yeah, there are actually not too many people that are happy with the old way of doing things, drowning in paper. And most folks these days are looking to do more with less, and they're looking for automation solutions. And then on top of that, the accounting profession in general, if you look at college enrollment today and the majors that are being chosen, accounting is not one that's on the uptick. In fact, there's a great deficit when it comes to new accounting talent coming into the workforce, and that's a problem. If you couple that with the fact that most of the accounting professionals in the workforce today are on the backside of that curve, where there's not a whole lot of years left for them to work before they're thinking about retirement. You're losing a talent pool and not replenishing that. Well, what are you going to do about that? Well, that's where accounting automation and solutions like TrinDocs really come into play, because we can automate those manual processes and allow the accounting users that are in play to do more value added things as opposed to just data entry and those types of things. So all that says, there's not too many SMBs or anybody else out there that's happy with the way traditional AP has been processed. There's a better way, and most folks are looking to implement it sooner than later.
Yeah. So, what are some of the benefits that you would say of today's modern AP automation solutions that are available?
Well, that's the absolute right question. And that's the one that businesses are going to be asking when accounting users come to their controller or their CFO or their CEO. That's the very question they're going to get asked. So, just to rattle off a few, you're going to have tighter internal controls because our solutions and modern AP automation solutions follow business user rules and policies and guidelines. So things around, how do you want to handle variances or taxes or freight or those types of things? Your approval processes, are they triggered by dollar thresholds that make one person an approver? Or if it's over an amount, does that require, a higher level approver? We're going to follow the internal controls of your business and enforce them. So that means you're going to have streamlined operations. It means you're going to have increased visibility into your cash flow. You're going to know where everything is at all the time. You're going to know how long it's taken you to pay each vendor. You're going to know which vendors you're able to capitalize on their early pay discounts and those that you're not. And for your employees, you're going to know everything too. You're going to know which employees take a month to approve things versus which take a day. And so you're going to be able to increase operational efficiencies across your organization. If you add that to the manual data entry that we eliminate, the earlier example where you have a piece of paper for an invoice and another piece of paper for a packing slip and another piece of paper for a purchase order, businesses have to maintain tax records, for 7.5 years in some cases. And we've heard for some audit firms as much as up to 30 years. Can you imagine how many cabinets of paper that would take? Well, if you try to find something for an audit, good luck. You're going to need all week long to do it. And hopefully it's there where it's supposed to be and somebody didn't misplace it. Well, with TrinDocs, everything is automatically paperless. So we take you from a manual paper process to an automatic electronic process, which means everything is very quickly searchable. Just like a Google search, if you're looking for a document, you key in what you're looking for, click search button, and right there it is at your fingertips that can be emailed or downloaded as a PDF right from our solutions, whether that's for the CFO or for your audit firms or for anyone else that might be needing that information. So there are lots and lots of benefits for an AP automation solution these days, and they all revolve around increasing efficiencies, eliminating manual mistakes and manual entry to save your users time so that those valuable employees can do value-added actions and not just repetitive, boring, mundane work like PO matching manually. We do all that for you. Why would you not let your employees have an electric drill versus making them use, an old-fashioned screwdriver? Give them the tools that they need to do their job, and that's what we do.
So, what would you say then sets TrinDocs apart from the competition and makes their solutions so unique?
Well, that's another great question, and there are a lot of AP automation providers out there, and depending upon the size of your business, that's one factor that may determine, whether you need to go with TrinDocs or whether you need to go with another solution. Whether you are a small business and you're not doing a lot of invoices, maybe you're only doing 50 or 100 invoices a month, well, you would need a solution that charges you by document. And there would come a time, hopefully in your business, where you would outgrow that type of solution. Where with TrinDocs, we don't charge by the document, so that's a differentiator. We charge by licensed users. So as your business grows, your ROI grows because you're not paying per document with us. But really, another differentiator is going to be, can your provider work with on-premise solutions or are they tied to cloud-only solutions? Everyone these days is talking about the cloud and hosting in Microsoft Azure or Google or Amazon or wherever they might be hosting. And we certainly do all those things. We're Microsoft Gold partners. So our sister company actually is selling Microsoft products in financial systems. So absolutely, TrinDocs hosts in the cloud, but we also host on-premise. And so if you're a small to medium-sized business, maybe you're a little timid about the cloud and not really ready to do that yet, that's no problem at all. With TrinDocs, you can host on your own, physical hardware, on your own SQL servers, which is a big differentiator because not a lot of companies are doing that these days. We give you the ability to choose, do you want to be on premise or do you want to be in the cloud? But probably the biggest differentiator that TrinDocs has is part of our tagline, actually. Our tagline is automation as unique as you. And that is huge because what we do is we tailor our solutions around business user needs. So our competitors come with a standard canned product that they say, here's our solution. Now you figure out how you're going to wrap your business around this solution, figure out how you're going to work with our solution. That's the model that our competitors take. We turn that on its head. We're more like a tailor-made solution that says, okay, let's talk about your business. I want to understand your business today. I want to understand what your goals are. And now let's create a solution that helps you get from point A to point B. Well, that's what TrinDocs does. So we have obviously best practices and standard operating procedures that we're going to tell you about. We're going to talk about clients we have in your very industry. We're going to talk about clients we have on your exact financial systems. And we're going to share the best practices that we've seen. And then we're going to ask you, now, that aside, what do you want TrinDocs to do for you? What does your business look like? And how do you need TrinDocs to help you operate the way you want to operate, just more efficiently? So I say all that to get to this point. What separates TrinDocs is that we're a tailor-made solution that businesses can virtually do whatever they want to do. If you can document it, we can do it. And that's what really sets TrinDocs apart.
All right. And one last question. How has the emergence of artificial intelligence and machine learning impacted the accounting profession today and TrinDocs software solutions?
Huge impact. Everywhere you look, AI and machine learning, those are things that are very real and are very quickly impacting every area of our lives. And accounts payables is no different. So with our solutions, we're actually using both artificial intelligence and machine learnings to help us scrape data off of documents, which helps you save time because we're doing the keying for you. We're picking up on those patterns. We see a document and maybe the font on that document is a little different. And so we see an 8, but we think that it's a B. Well, if your users override our automation and they say, nope, that's not a B, it's an 8. And we see that pattern pick up. Our solutions are smart enough that we stop saying that's a B and we start saying that's an 8 or whatever it is your patterns are. So we're using AI and machine learning today. And mainly we're using them around inbound automation where we're collecting documents and scraping information automatically off of those documents for you. So you don't have to key things. And then as you do key things and you override the automation that we've put in place, well, then we're picking up on those patterns to further increase efficiencies for you. So to answer your question, how important is AI and machine learning and accounts payable? It's of the utmost important. It takes a solution that is fantastic like TrinDocs and makes it even better with real world usage for your business. So big deal. TrinDocs uses AI and machine learning. TrinDocs wraps our solutions around your business. The combination of those things gives you solutions that grow with you over time, that really help you drive bottom line profits through increased efficiencies and really help you scale growth so that you can do more with less. Very important for SMBs and really for any business.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Jeremy, for joining us today and giving us a little bit of information and talking about the different current state of the traditional accounts payable process and then the desired future state of modern accounts payable and then TrinDocs solutions and what makes the future possible for that. But if you don't mind, we're going to share your contact information. If you want to get in touch with us otherwise, please do.
Yeah, thank you, Carson. It's been nice being with you today. And as far as reaching out to me, obviously you can go to TrinDocs.com and there's contact information there. But I would be happy to connect with you on LinkedIn or whatever social sites you may be doing. Or if you want to give me a call, please feel free to do that. 859-309-8742 is my number. And my email is jprichard@trindocs.com. And if you want to write a letter and go really old school, you can do that too. However you want to connect, I'd be happy to connect with you. But the big picture here is there's a better way. You don't have to be stuck in solutions that came out 40 years ago. If you're an accounting professional, you owe it to yourself and your business to look into smarter tools. And TrinDocs is one of those that will wrap our business around yours and really help you do some things that just simply aren't possible without an AP automation provider like us. So thank you so much, Carson. It's been great being with you.
Thank you. Fix my hair one time when we're done. Today we're going to be exploring the difference between, oh my God, I can't talk. So joining me today, I can't talk now either. All right, well, joining me today is my colleague, Jeremy Prichard. Jeremy, your camera's not on.
Sorry about that. Can you see me now? Sorry, Carson, my wife's calling. Can I get you right back to you?
Yeah.
Hey, sorry. Yeah. No, it's okay. But I'm in the middle of a recording. Can I call you back in just a second? Okay, thanks. Love you too. Bye.
All right, tell Stephanie I said hi. Bye.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jeremy, are SMBs happy with their current state, and are they seeking better ways to help their AP process? Wait, Jeremy, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. No, of course not. Most people are not very happy with having to do mountains and mountains of paper. They want a better way. Like me, I need a better mouse button.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, thank you, Carson. My phone number is very easy to remember. It's a big popular song about it back in the 80s. 8675309. It's totally kidding. No, really.
And we'll talk to you later.
That's all, folks.